Now before we dive in, if you find my videos useful, make sure to click that subscribe button and also make sure to click that bell icon on the side to get notified every time I upload a new video. And of course, if you do use Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, make sure to follow me on all at SAKITECH online, also for the latest updates. Alright, let's dive in. Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video what I want to do is I want to take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus and the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip side by side, compare the screen, compare the durability, the portability, the camera, and other aspects to see which one of these phones is in fact better, because I'm getting questions from people that are actually asking me, shall I upgrade from the Note 10 Plus to the Galaxy Z Flip? And I'm not sure if upgrade is the right word. So in this video, we're going to go over two of the devices, show you all the different aspects, what's new here, what's not new. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to let you know which one of devices is actually better based on the facts. So let's dive in and get started right away. The very first thing I want to take a look at is the actual display. Now, one thing I do want to get out of the way really quickly is the performance of these devices. Now, the Note 10 Plus has a Snapdragon 855 processor. This one has a Snapdragon 855 Plus processor, which is supposed to be better, but when you do a benchmark test, you'll notice that they are actually quite similar. So this one is scoring at 749 for single core and 2709 for multi-core scores. And here we have 771 and 2646. Now these numbers vary sometimes. This is sometimes higher, this is sometimes lower, sometimes this comes back higher, but they're always within a similar range. So put to rest any worries that the Galaxy Z Flip is going to be faster than the Note 10 Plus, because it's not. As you can see from this benchmarking store, they have a similar performance. So performance is not an issue. It is not an upgrade when you come here. It's not a big deal. All right, let's move on. Now, I'll let you know right away that I'm very impressed by the display quality of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. And I'll tell you in what respect am I impressed. Now, obviously, this display is not going to be as durable as this display. That's just a given. This is a Gorilla Glass 6 display. It's nice and thick. It's glass. Now, this one right here is an ultra thin glass with a plastic layer on top. So because it is ultra thin, you're able to bend it just like that, but it loses its durability because it is so thin. So that's not how I'm impressed with the display. The quality of the display is actually quite impressive. Now, first and foremost, let's be very clear. The absolute quality, of course, is better on the Note 10 Plus. If we go to the settings over here, go to display. Let's go in here. Display. As you can see, this phone has 3 resolutions. You can go from high definition plus to full high definition plus to quad HD plus. Now with this one, you're actually limited maximum to full high definition plus. All right, so you don't have quad HD plus. So you can actually get a sharper image on this smartphone. So the resolution on this phone is higher than this phone. They're both 60 Hz refresh rate displays. But the thing is, when it comes to the brightness and outdoor visibility of these phones is concerned, they're exactly the same. I have them side by side here. You can see that on the outside, you can see either display crystal clear clarity on a regular day. Now today we have some clouds, but I did the same thing under the sun. And again, I had similar visibility on both of these smartphones. That is quite astonishing and something that's very important, because I do use my phone all the time outdoors, and I want to make sure when I take a photo with it, I actually see the photo, preview the photo, even if I'm under high brightness conditions like daylight. So when it comes to outdoor visibility on the outside, they're actually very much alike. So in that sense, I'm very impressed by the display. It's bright, it's vibrant, and it's also sharp as it can be with the given resolution. So that's the display. The overall brightness, they're the same. The overall quality, they're almost the same, but this display is in fact sharper. And of course, when it comes to durability, obviously Gorilla Glass 6 right here is going to be much more durable than a super thin glass plus plastic display. And when I say plastic, what I mean is the protective layer that sits above the ultra thin glass. So there is glass, and on top of it, there's a tiny layer of protective plastic, okay? But regardless, the quality on both of these phones seems amazing. Now, one good thing is, even though this one is not as durable as this one, this screen, if you don't have a screen protector, is always exposed to the outside world. When you put it in your pockets, you know, the keys are hitting it. So it could get lines from that perspective. But this one, it's going to be shut when it's in your pocket like this. So the display is completely protected, all right? So even though it's not durable, it's going to be less exposed. So that kind of equalizes the whole situation, in my opinion. Just one thing I recommend is, if you have a Galaxy Flip, don't go like this, because every time you're opening your phone like this, you're actually putting some pressure on the display here. And if the corner of your nail hits the display while you're opening it, it could scratch the display. Now, a tiny touch is not going to scratch it, but if you press hard as you're trying to open, maybe you're trying to show off to somebody like this, it might leave a little scratch. I'm doing it because this is a review unit, so it's not a big deal, but I want to make sure that you guys don't make that mistake, especially when you're paying $1,400 for this product. Anyway, let's move on and talk about the, obviously, you know, two things I want to talk about, durability and portability, apart from the actual display. Now, here's a problem with the fold right here. Now, when I fold this device, all right, even though I put a case on it, this hinge right here is always going to be exposed. So if the phone falls like this, okay, so this body is going to be safe, the corners are going to be safe, this corner, but the hinge, okay, hopefully we get a case that covers the hinge too, but right now, if it falls like this, you are going to get scuff marks on this. If it falls on cement, you're going to get nasty lines on it, okay? So from that perspective, I'm not really happy with this. It's not going to break the phone, but it's going to give you nasty marks. From that perspective, the full body of this phone is protected with a case. So that's much better, just so you guys know. The other thing, obviously, portability. This thing fits in your pocket so much better. You know, with this one, if you have jeans, this is a large phone. It does fit in the pocket, but it's tight sometimes. When you sit, you feel it. With this one, it just slips in and just almost disappears. And it's kind of cool to have it anyway. So when you pull it out, you just open it, all right? The only thing I wish they had was OK Google accessibility right over here. When I say OK Google, this one actually wakes up, but this doesn't wake up because it's shut. So hopefully there's a way to enable that in the future with a software update. So obviously this one wins in portability, very portable product, okay? But this one right here wins in overall durability. Now I do want to let you know, even when this is flipped, you do have access to some things over here, time, date, your notifications. You can tap on each one and they'll let you know what that notification is all about, all right? Then you can go inside and check it out. Now, one more minor benefit of the Samsung Z Flip is the fact that it's got newer software. So let me go to the settings real quick. Let's go to the settings. Let me go to the About Software section, which is right here. As you can see, we have Android 10 on both of these guys, but the One UI is in fact 2.0. So One UI version 2.0, One UI version 2.1. So it's slightly ahead, and it does have a couple extra features, especially when you go into the actual camera. For example, to take a burst shot, you have to press and hold this one. So that's a burst shot. With this one, you just pull it down and it's going to take a burst shot. If you press and hold, it allows you to record a video for the duration of the actual press. When I let it go, it stops recording the video. So that's a One UI 2.1 feature. And also we have this new option, the single take feature, that this phone doesn't have. It's a new way to take photos and videos, and that's part of One UI 2.0, in addition to a few other minor enhancements here and there. For example, if I go to my display, all right here, let's go here to display, you'll notice it's going to look slightly different. So the night mode is on the top, the dark mode is here. Over here, the dark mode is on the top, gives you a quick preview. Here you have to go inside, all right? And you can also go inside over here to set the same settings, but they put this setting to the top because it seems to be an important setting to have, all right? Now, when it comes to price, this guy's cheaper. This is going to be $1,000. This is $1,400. If I had to pick between these two smartphones, I'll let you know that I would pick the Note 10 Plus. The reason is this is a more mature form factor. This is a brand new form factor. And the biggest problem with this thing is having used phones that are dust proof and waterproof for so long, it's now a given. With this one, I'm always scared that dust might get into it. Water might splash onto it. It has no water protection, no dust proof rating whatsoever. This is a completely bare phone exposed to the elements. This guy is water resistance, dust proof, so it's all good. Even if you drop this into a puddle of water, you're going to be fine. With this one, it's gone. So that's a big point to consider when you're trying to decide between these two as a daily driver. If you're buying this as a toy, you got the money, you want this as a toy, that's great. But if you're buying a phone, that's going to be the phone that you're going to be using. This is the one I get. It's more mature, and obviously it has better cameras. Okay, so the funny thing is these two cameras here, the ultra wide and the regular wide, are actually just as good as the one on this one, but this actually is slightly better. And you have a telephoto camera. By no means does this phone take bad pictures, but if I had to choose between the cameras, I'd go with this one. All right, so again, you're getting much more here. I do want to let you know, some people are asking me this question, hey, shall I upgrade from the Note 10 Plus to the Z Flip? And I'll let you know right now, this is not going to be an upgrade. It is going to be a downgrade. You are going to be losing functionalities, all right? This one has much more functionality than this one. It has Samsung DeX. This one does not have Samsung DeX. This one has the S Pen. This one does not have the S Pen. This one also has the Edge panels. With this one, you don't get the Edge panels. You only get a shortcut button on the side to access applications. So there's much more going on here than this guy. So if you end up buying this guy, only buy it because you want something really new and fresh. You got the money, and that's that. But if you want the better smartphone, this is the one to get or keep, all right? So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below and let me know. Let me know what you think, which one you think is better. And for now, guys, have a fantastic day, all right?